Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany. Welcome to Randomness, where we talk about a little bit of everything, the deep, the weird, and the real. So take a breath, open your mind, and let's get into it. Guys, today we're going to talk about something that everyone has experienced at some point. I think so anyway. And it's this weird thing our brains do where we kind of romanticize our exes. And I'm not just talking about missing someone after a breakup. I'm talking about that thing where suddenly, a little while after, months, even years later, you're remembering this person like they were the love of your life, when in reality, they used to forget your birthday and maybe you fought like every other day. What is that about? Why does our brain do this to us? Right? Kind of have been thinking about this a lot because I caught myself doing it the other day. I was scrolling through some old pictures and I came across pictures from a relationship that, let's be real, it was not great. I mean, it was fine, but it was pretty much kind of like a big ass mess. But yet, looking at these pictures, I had this moment of like, wow, we looked so happy. And then I had to literally stop myself and be like, wait, no, I remember him making me cry all the time. And it was not the fairy tale my brain is trying to sell me right now. And that's the thing. Our memory is so selective. It's like our brain creates this highlight reel of the relationship and conveniently edits out all the bad parts, you know? You remember the inside jokes, the cute dates, the way they made you laugh that one time. Well, probably more than one time, but you know what I mean. But you forget about the arguments about nothing, the times they made you feel small, or how incompatible you actually were. There's actually some science behind this, and it's called fading effect bias, which is basically this phenomenon where negative emotions fade faster than positive ones over time. So the pain of our breakup or the frustration you felt during the relationship, that stuff fades. But those warm, fuzzy feelings from the good moments, those just want to stick around longer. Which means when you're looking back, you are literally working with incomplete data. Your brain has already done some editing for you. The way you romanticize an ex is completely different depending on who ended the relationship. So if you're the one who got dumped, yeah, that kind of hits different because there's this element of rejection mixed in there. Your brain starts doing all these like mental exercises, trying to figure out what went wrong. And in that process, you start inflating their good qualities. They become this perfect person who you lost, and you start questioning everything about yourself. Like, what did I do wrong? Maybe they were actually amazing and I didn't appreciate them enough. Even if the reality was that they were emotionally unavailable or you two just were not compatible. But if you're the one who did the dumping, you might still romanticize them, but it's different. It's more like guilt mixed with nostalgia. You remember the good parts and you start to wonder if you made a mistake. You start thinking, maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I should have tried harder. Maybe they weren't that bad, especially if you see them moving on or looking happy without you. You know, suddenly you're like, wait, maybe I fucked up. And can we talk about how social media makes this so much worse? Because before, when a relationship ended, they kind of just disappeared, right? They kind of just disappeared from your life. You didn't know what they were doing, who they were with, if they were thriving or struggling. But now you can literally watch their entire life unfold in real time if you want to torture yourself. And of course, everyone posts their highlight reel on social media. So it looks like they're living their best life which makes you romanticize what you had even more. And I also think there's this thing where we romanticize exes when we're not happy with where we are currently. Like if you're single and a little lonely, or if you're in a relationship that's going through a rough patch, it's so easy to just look back at a past relationship through rose-colored glasses because in that moment, the past feels safer and more comfortable than the uncertainty of the present. It's kind of like our brain is trying to protect us from discomfort by being like, hey, remember when things were good with so-and-so? Maybe we should go back to that. Even though, again, things weren't actually that good. You're just romanticizing it because you're uncomfortable right now. And here's the real question. How do you know if you actually miss the person or if you just miss the idea of them? Because that's a big distinction. Missing the person, it means you miss their specific qualities, their presence, the actual human being they are. Missing the idea of them means you miss having someone, feeling loved, not alone. You miss the role they played in your life, not necessarily them as an individual. And honestly, most of the time when we are romanticizing an ex, we're missing the idea. We're missing the comfort, the routine, the companionship. We're not actually missing the person who used to annoy us by chewing loudly or who never wanted to talk about their feelings. So what do you do about this? How do you stop romanticizing someone who wasn't actually that great for you? First, I think you have to get real with yourself, like really real. Write down reasons. Yeah, write down the reasons the relationship ended. Write down the things that bothered you. Write down the fights, the red flags, the moments you felt unseen or unheard. And keep that list somewhere you can look at it when you're tempted to romanticize. Second, remember you are comparing their little 5-second posts to your current behind the scenes. So, of course, the past looks better when you're only remembering the good parts and you're currently dealing with real life messiness. Third, and this is big, focus on building a life you actually like right now. Because when you're happy and fulfilled in the present, you're way less likely to romanticize the past. You're not looking backward for comfort because you are comfortable where you are. And look, it is totally normal to have fond memories of past relationships. You can appreciate what you had and what you learned without romanticizing it into something it wasn't. You can think, yeah, that was a good time in my life, but it ended for a reason. And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Because, truthfully, if it was meant to work out, it would have. You don't lose the one. If someone is truly right for you, the timing works out, the compatibility is there, and you both choose each other consistently, not just in the good moments, but in the hard ones too. So the next time you catch yourself romanticizing an ex, just pause and ask yourself, am I missing this person or am I missing feeling wanted? Am I remembering reality or am I remembering a highlight reel? And am I looking backward because I'm genuinely sad about what I lost? Or because I'm avoiding dealing with where I'm at right now? And those questions, the answers to those questions will tell you a lot. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. If you have ever romanticized an ex and then remembered why you broke up and felt some type of way about it, didn't know what to feel about it, you're not alone. You know, our brains are just trying to protect us, even if that means lying to us a little bit. But yeah, it can be rough. It can really be rough. So I feel your pain if you are going through this, that's for sure. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. And until next time, honor your truth, Trust your journey and remember, the right person will not be someone you lose. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to follow and remember, keep your energy grounded, your mind open, and your curiosity alive.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.